Hello, and welcome back to Translator's Troubles. Today, I want to do a brief video explaining who I am and what I'm all about. In the late 2000s, I graduated from the University of Chicago with a degree in classics. My grades weren't quite good enough to get me into a funded grad program, but because I didn't suck and was generally well liked, I was later admitted and had my tuition covered for a one-year master's. Notice just the tuition, not the living expenses. While that scholarship was exceptional, and while I was and am grateful to have received it, to avoid going into debt or becoming homeless, I also had to work a full-time job at a research company nearby. UChicago was wonderful, and I loved the culture there. The classics department is harsh, but I think its harshness dissuades the uncommitted, and a lot of mental strength was born out of the tough love I was shown. The professors and grad students were, by turns, unfriendly, aloof, interested, discouraging, and tremendously helpful. Like any group of people, they ran the gamut of the human spectrum, but they were always fair and they were always excellent. The company I worked at, and especially the people I worked with one notable exception, were also wonderful. The work was interesting and my bosses were patient, kind, and even loving. I say all this now because I don't want the world nor any of my old colleagues to think that I am ungrateful to them. I am not. However, put the two together, and I felt trapped. I had a moment sitting in my cubicle. The sun was shining outside, the weather was perfect, the day was beautiful, and I was jumping through hoops to get some uncontroversial study approved by our tyrannically run ethics board. Then, I was going to have to go to the library to write a paper on that fucking charlatan Marx, or it may have been Freud. Either way, I was trapped. Trapped in cubicles and in windowless reading rooms, forced to conform to mindless institutional practices and procedures, and to write papers on discredited theorists who had long been discarded in their own fields, but were apparently still worth talking about in the humanities. I looked to my future, and I saw that graduate school would have been more of the same, metaphorically and literally. Trapped in cubicles or in library stalls, trapped in the academic fashions of the time, forced to go along to get along in a culture that I might just be good enough to serve, but never good enough to lead or reshape. Instead, it would have reshaped me, and the results would have been devastating to my personality. All this while the world was busy being beautiful, and I was busy slowly dying. So I swallowed my pride, digested my ambition, and moved to Asia to make money any which way would give me freedom. But my ambition has given me indigestion. The Greco-Roman world won't let me be. And when I look at the classics today, a part of me gets angry. I'm angry that we've done such a poor job helping the world read Greek and Latin. I'm angry that the expertise to understand the roots of Western culture is slowly eroding when we need it the most. I'm angry that the Academy is too busy writing papers about feminism and castration to do the work necessary to help the Western world understand where it came from. We have studied the classics for more than 2,000 years, and yet we have largely failed to put its texts into a truly accessible form. When I saw Jeffrey Stedman's website and his commentaries, I found that he articulated my mute anger and modeled the way for me to do something with it. I hate that there are so many books that only give us selections of texts to read, as if following an editor's discretion were a wise way to decide what should be read most. I hate the lack of exhaustiveness that infects the modern classical academy. I hate the passive disdain that it heaps on interested non-professionals. I hate that I have to pay $20 a month to JSTOR to access papers that authors should be begging the public to read. This channel, my website, and my commentaries are meant over my lifetime to fill this gap. I don't blame the members of classical academia for the culture they must exist in, but they are not in any position to make a change. I am. That's what this project is about. Thanks for watching.